So, since it is snowy out in a lot of places, I think I'm going to be making a snow type of mock. I might be doing some sort of bath stone thing. I got a couple minifigs I kind of want to use. I'm going to make this a calmer mock. No combat's going to be going on in it. I'm going to try to get on my other device real quick. Hoping no surges happen before then, but I am at low percentage on that. Okay, but basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be trying to make like a road, and then I'm going to have a couple houses, and one of these central features is going to be this curved wall. And as you can see, I can place that down over here, and it just makes a really cool effect. So I might make like smaller houses over here, maybe try to fit a vehicle or something in, but I'm excited, so I guess I'll get to it. Now, I do also have this, which is sort of a roof for a house if I want to make it, but that is for later. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So what we got is this. It's a whole mismatch of tiles and stuff like that. I'm going to just get to building and wait for people to join on in. 1 second. And it says we already have 1 like, which is pretty good. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or if that's actually what happened, because it would be pretty early for somebody to be liking, but whatever. If it is, then that's good. I'm going to be starting by placing down the road. So I do want to keep the scale in mind. This wall is a flimsy piece. I'm going to have a raised level of snow where the wall's going to be sitting on. So I'm going to need some plates and stuff like that. I hope that you can see that right there. There is some background noise, so I do apologize for that. But there's not much I can do about it right now. Kind of just camped out at the house. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm just building a mock right now. It's for Lego World War II. I don't know what that symbol is or what language, but maybe that means it's being Google translated. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to have this right here. This is going to be like the main section of road. And we're going to have the curved wall somewhere in here. And then I can place minifigs around it and just kind of pack it in with a whole bunch of details. Where do you get those World War II Legos? I get these from various companies. A lot of these are official parts. This one has a official Lego torso and pants, scarf, but the helmet and the gun is custom. Yeah, I know, I just started the stream. I'm building a Lego World War II mock that's snowy. There's actually a good crowd to start off with. We're off to a decent amount of likes to start off with, too, man. But I'm basically just getting a whole bunch of parts on here to start off. Hello, JL Bricks History. Welcome to the stream. I'm getting a whole bunch of these, like, translate notifications. I don't know why. I've never really seen that before. I'm not sure if that's a new feature or something. But I've seen some of you on my streams before, so I'm not sure why that is, but I can figure it out at some other point. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, of course, this is the slow part. It's kind of annoying to get all these plates in place, but it sets it up to look great, so it's all worth it in the end. Now, you want to add, like, kind of flats and some of the other ones, because I feel like it adds a decent depth to this. Now, what I might want to do is, I have that pretty close, so I might just want to replace that with one of these 2x2s. Gotta go soon, but I'm a sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm kind of reading these a little bit late. A lot of people just logged on. No, I'd already tried this before just to see what it would kind of look like. I do like prepping for that, so I'm going to take some pieces off of this because that's not going to be too helpful for me. Now, that was a good first surge for a stream. I haven't had one like that in a while. And 3 likes off the bat is already better than some of my other streams. So thank you guys very much for that. Of course, I'm just trying to get some parts on right now. Make this road look half decent. Of course, the road isn't the centerpiece for this. It's going to be all the houses and stuff like that. But it's always good to have a decent road in your mocks. Nothing new in the chat. Of course, I can't tell because there might be chat delays or whatever, but not that I can see right now. So, got all of that in there, and I'm probably gonna place a couple of these parts in. I'm gonna start with this sort of framework around here with all the studs to make sure that I can actually place some wedge plates in there. Yeah. If you're watching and feel like commenting, how's your snow day going today? I know it's at least a snow day for me. I'm not sure if some of you are from places that don't get snow. It's not snowing right now, but I was just out in the snow, so it was a fun time hanging out with my friends. Okay, so we got all that. And I think I'm going to place down these plates just to start off with, get the idea. So all of that is actually looking very good for right now. What I'm kind of worried about, though, is I might actually want to place, like, one of these, let me find the plate first. Nothing new in the chat again. Good first surge, though, so I'm not too mad. Got a whole bunch of new parts. I might upload that haul a little bit later if I'm running out of ideas for content, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen. That can go there. It's actually going pretty well so far. Trying to create an organic shape with the snow, make it look like it's real, or somewhat real. Of course, I can't do 100% accuracy on this, so. Do I have one of those plates? That would kind of suck if I didn't. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna put some of these over here so you can actually see me grabbing the pieces. Alright, nothing new in the chat again. I might just place down a plate here. I feel like that would look pretty good too. So when I do start adding in some of these plates and stuff like that, you want to have it a little bit flatter so you can actually place some of these things down. No, I'm not going to start doing that yet, but I'm just kind of telling you what's going to happen. So I'm going to place that there. And the wall's going to be right there. So you can kind of get an idea of how this is going to look. I'm going to have 2 buildings on either side and a couple of American soldiers walking around. 4 viewers, pretty good. Well, I'm not too stressed about this one. I didn't really have the idea until I actually started this, so I feel like it kind of gave me a moment of clarity to kind of collect my thoughts and think about what I was actually going to do for this one. It's pretty good. And last, I can throw that there. So that's the basic shape for the snow. Of course, it's not the best right now, but that's why I put in some work. So I'm going to throw down a couple of these plates and all sorts of stuff in here for a second, if I can find any. There we go. Hello, Temma. Welcome to the stream. I don't remember if I saw you in any of my other streams, but welcome, no matter what. Alright, I'm going to throw down a couple more of these parts, and then I should be good. Anything else new? Okay, it's actually not showing up. Oh, there it is. There it is. I just want to make sure that nothing funky is going on with the stream. I know that happens sometimes. Okay, so if I put one of those there and one of those on the other side around there, I should be able to just place that down. And that's sort of what I'm looking for there. Where can I source Legos like this at a good price? Now, if you have any Lego stores near you that are used, you can always find these torsos there. This one's an official Lego torso. This one's an official Lego torso. And they look very great. For a good cause. I don't know what cause that would be for, but my tip for you would be go look at your local Lego shops. They don't have all the shipping prices and stuff like that, so they're not going to be as expensive. But I'd say otherwise, I don't know. You probably want to go for like something a little bit cheaper. Like Battle Bricks is always a little bit cheaper, a little bit lower quality, but still decent. And I'm trying to think of some other ones. Yeah, it's probably about all that I have for you right now. 5 likes. You guys are blowing the stream up right now. Thank you. Can't actually find anything. This is kind of... There it is. So I'm going to throw all of those in there. Now, of course, the bottom of this doesn't have to look perfect. But I'm going to start working on these houses. And I'm going to make one of them almost intact and one of them a little bit more destroyed. Decrepit, not as nice. So if you could just give me a second there, I'll probably grab out some of those parts for that. No problem. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna grab out all of these. And what I might do is I have a couple of parts in here that are just kind of random bricks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna grab them out and start kind of stacking them to make a little sort of tower. Now, it doesn't really matter what color you have for these because they'll kind of just be covered up by the bricks. And I feel like that's kind of not too bad when you're working with something like this. So it's going to be probably six tall, maybe a little bit taller, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's pretty good. So right now you can see I have a couple of ideas here. I gotta find another one of those bricks like that. So basically what you want to do here is I can place that there. Doesn't look the best, but it doesn't need to. What I can do now is I can grab a couple of these bricks in here. I could also go for the classic dark gray, because I do already have all these parts on this one. So I might grab a couple of those and just start throwing them on. Now, of course, this one's going to be a little bit easier because I only have the pieces to make one of the sides, and if I did anything else, it would just kind of look a little bit off. Although what I might do is I might try to stagger them so that they actually look a little bit more unique. Nothing new in the chat yet. No problem. Just we're about a quarter of the way through this, and we're already making very good progress. Now that is very good. I'm happy with that for right now. Now you can see here, it's kind of a cool look with all that. And I do like how it kind of overlaps with the wall. It adds some depth, kind of makes it look like it's a blended together city. And I'm just going to start making the walls for now. It's going to be a dark red building with a couple of accent colors in here. Of course, I'm using a little bit of advanced lingo, so if you have any questions on what I'm talking about, have no clue, you can just ask me in the chat. Now, I am waiting for a couple of my friends to log on. A couple creators. I'm not sure if they will. It is kind of a beautiful day to be outside, so I don't blame them. But it is always fun to actually have a chat when I'm doing these live streams. I know sometimes that doesn't happen, but I try to avoid that if at all possible. Now, I might also add a couple more of these sort of brown parts because that also blends very well with the color. This is going to be very similar. I've done a very similar house design to this a lot of times. But I could also add some vines or something in here, maybe. That would look cool. So I could do something like that, place that in there. Add a couple of bricks and stuff like that. Now, I am happy with the 5 likes that I was able to get. I think I got a couple of subs too, so thank you guys for that. I will be finding some of these parts and making a sort of vine somewhere in here. So, I did get a whole bunch of leaf pieces and a lot of other unique pieces at my local Lego store. So I can just add a couple of these leaves here that are kind of going to be branching along the building and giving it a more unique shape. Yeah, there it is. So if I put that down there, then that'll be a little bit more interesting of a wall design. But I can take that off for now. Again, nothing new in the chat, no problem. And we are approaching the 20-minute mark on this. Oh, very good first half. This is better than a lot of the streams I've done. I am still waiting for a moderator or somebody to join on. Although I did get a lot of interesting people to join, so thank you for that. Now I'm going to be careful because if I add too much stuff sticking out of this, it'll kind of mess up how it looks and how the vine will actually react or act when I do this. So I got to be careful about that. Hello World War II Brick Productions, welcome to the stream. I'm building a winter mock because it is a wintry day where I am. And it's going pretty well so far. I have a couple of minifigs I'm going to be adding in just around the mock. This is going to be the more prepared and nice house, and the other one's going to be a little bit more dilapidated and destroyed. But getting ahead of myself, I guess. Now, I did get a couple vine pieces, so I'm going to be adding those in as well. Make some more interesting mock. Again, just gotta find some parts. I've not seen your channel in months, to be honest. I don't know if it's maybe a shadow ban thing or if you just haven't watched, but good to have you back. I remember I saw you subscribing and got a notification or something, so thank you for that. And this is actually going very well on time. Going just very well in general. I'm happy with this. And I do like the textures I'm able to create here. Might add like another brown piece or two. So I feel like that would look decent. Maybe there and then one over here. That does create a very cool stain effect. Now this is actually going very well. We got 4 viewers, 6 likes. That is insane. It's normally reversed or something. Okay, so we're getting near the top of this wall, so I might just add back on this vine. It can kind of go down there. It does cover up a lot of the work that I just spent my time on. So maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll just add one single plant piece there and just see how that looks. Yeah, it's pretty good. It doesn't cover up as much of my work, and it does still create a cool effect. And I can actually add some more texture up here, that means. So, that's pretty good. Yes, this is going very well. Again, nothing new in the chat, so I'm going to keep building. Very good first half, so thank you guys for that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just gotta add a couple more pieces in, and I'll be done in a second. Okay, nothing new in chat again. Again, you do get surges at the beginning, so I'm not too surprised by this. Just didn't know if it would be different. I could add some leaf pieces on the roof, or maybe just some snow. I'm not sure what I should do there. I might add some snow. You know, that would look cool. So if I add that there, that would create a cool look. I could just kind of throw something like that on there. Find some of these dark grayish parts and then throw them on. 6 viewers, that's very good. Going very well. Okay, so I gotta find another one of these. Throw that down. That's the wrong shape though. So I got that. It's very good. And then I might try to find another one of these wedge plates just to make it more interesting. Now my workplace is becoming a mess right now. It's not good, but it's not too bad. Not too shabby. Now I can throw that right there. And that doesn't look the best. But if I cover it with a vine or something up there, maybe. Yeah, that looks alright. I'm not going to say it looks great, but it looks alright. So if I throw that up there, that could look decent. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Yeah, that'll look fine. And I'm not going to do like the rest of this backdrop. I feel like that would just be a little bit tough for me to recreate. But I could also do just a simple one with just dark red. I might. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Nothing new in the chat again. Gotta keep checking now. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. No, that does look pretty good. I might try to get a piece in here if I can find it. There it is. I'm gonna go for a bit. All right. Thanks for joining. See ya. So that does look pretty good. I'm actually very happy with that. And I might just go and add that to the sides because that wasn't actually a bad idea. 3 viewers, 7 likes. That's also very good. Now, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make this second one colored. I might make it... I don't know what I'm gonna do for that one. I might just focus on this house for now, because it'll be a little bit easier. Now, this is kind of a little bit repetitive. I don't really like doing this part, but it's gotta do it to make the mock look half decent, so... If the mock doesn't look good, then what did I just spend all my time on? Okay. So this wall is going to be a lot plainer. Nothing too interesting going on here. Just placing down parts, hoping that it looks half decent. Now I might also throw down a sort of masonry brick in here, of course, to make it look more interesting, unique. Even if it doesn't look absurdly detailed, it does add a little bit of detail if you're looking at it from a different angle. 3 viewers, not too bad. Again, nothing new in the chat. That looks pretty good. Ah, shoot. But I can't put 2 of those next to each other. Kind of ruin the effect. It's a shame, but I'll have to find a different part for that. There it is. So that's about all the detail I'm going to be adding to this wall. Again, it's not much, but it doesn't have to be much for this step. Because I'm just kind of tying up loose ends and making sure this doesn't look horrendous. And it doesn't right now, so I'm happy with that. Anything new in chat? Nope. Just gotta make sure. Can't be missing any of that. Okay, if I throw this piece in there, then that could create some more effectiveness to that visual. I do like that. That's good. Okay, so now that we finished the wall, we can start building the sort of roof section for this. This is going very well so far. Very good stream. Very good beginning. A little bit slowed down in the end, but that's all right. Don't need it to be too fast-paced. Now I'm going to grab... I'm going to clean this up, actually. That's not a horrible idea. It's kind of a mess right now. No, I'm probably going to go out after the stream and go outside because I was out there all morning and I kind of want to hang out with my friends a little bit more. But I'm probably going to end this at the hour mark, so I got about 30 more minutes to finish this. It's already looking very decent. But I'm just going to grab a couple of these parts, start putting them in there. Yeah, I'm actually having trouble finding some of these parts. It's kind of a shame. There it is. Now, if I just make this a little bit smoother for the next part of this, it would just kind of look a bit better, I guess. So I'm not going to make this too detailed for this section. There it is. Oh man, it just got really quiet. I'm normally hearing some background noise, but it's not that loud right now. I guess that's kind of a good thing. You know what? I could just put one of those under there and then have the rest of the roof, which is probably going to be what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, nothing new in the chat. Again, electric start to this. Slows down for a little bit. Sometimes picks back up near the end, like right when I'm finishing, but that's no problem. I'm actually surprised that nobody else is on. I guess they might be outside doing outside things. Because that's kind of not a bad idea on a day like this. Go for keep looking back at chat and I see the same thing and I'm like, ooh, did somebody else comment? Nope. Background noise again. It's getting louder, I guess. So I just ripped that apart, most of my progress in 1 second. I'm waiting for Big J to come on if he's not watching the Patriots game right now. He said he didn't want to play in the snow at all today, so it's kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna do? You know what? I'll do that and then. Yeah, that's not too shabby. I do kind of like that. So if I do something like that, then I can sort of... you know what? I might be able to do something here and extend this like that. And that does create a better effect. So I'm actually going to keep it with that. And just keep doing that. Nothing new in the chat yet. I'm not sure if there will be anything new in the chat. You never know. I'm just trying to find some parts. There's one. That's what I'm looking for. Nope, it's not. Never mind, I'm lying. There it is. Now, I'm actually excited to how this one's turning out. It looks very good right now. I'm happy with this. Just kind of got to work in some more details, and then it should be about finished. I might add in a chimney or something on top of this about right there. So I'll keep it there. That's the first building done. I'm pretty happy with the detail I was able to pack into it. I think it looks pretty good. Now I just kind of got to work on this ruined building over here. It's just going to be stone. Maybe dark tan? I'm not sure if I should do dark tan. Huh. That is the decision. To do or not to do. Alright, still nothing new in chat. 3 viewers. Okay. So you know what I might do here? I might actually repeat this over here, but just kind of do it with some of these plates. See if that looks decent. I'm gonna have this kind of hanging out on this side a little bit more. This is gonna be there. So, does that look good? Yeah, that probably looks fine. Or I could just... I don't want to make it look repetitive, though, so that's my problem here. If I just make it look exactly the same as it did, then what's the point? You know, I might just make it look like I continued the wall over here, and then I could put, like, a tree or something in the middle there. Yes, that would look very good. I'm going to keep with that theme or idea. There we go. So I do like that. That looks decent. Again, nothing new. 1 viewer, probably just me, if I were to guess, as long as my thing didn't glitch out. I'm going to try to find some of these parts to throw in here. Yep, nothing new. 0. Oh, that's new. I don't think I've seen 0 for a while. It's kind of a bummer, but I'm actually in a decent mood, so it's not too detrimental. That's pretty good. I do like that. You know what I might try to do, though? Actually, no, I can't do anything there. Doesn't look too bad, so I'm going to finish that off right there. And this is kind of going to be the mock for now. Then what I might do is I might add in this tree, because I feel like that looks decent. Might try to raise it up a couple studs or something, because I feel like that would look good. And I might try to kind of make it look a little bit more weathered and like it's been out in the snow, with a little bit of dusting of snow on the top of it. We are doing very good on time right now. I might not even use up all of it, actually. Kind of depends. But we're going to kind of make this tree look a little bit more snowy instead of just kind of looking all right, because it's covered in snow. We're supposed to be covered in snow. Again, I kind of changed my doors around, so I'm trying to figure that out still. I don't know why I said again. I haven't told anybody that. How did they even do that? Again, I got this from a set, so I'm not sure how they attached that. Huh. There? No. There. Nope. This is kind of annoying. There. No. This is weird. I don't like this. Maybe, no, it's not gonna work. What is going on here? I don't know how they even attached that before. I was paying attention, I thought. Do you gotta stretch it? I hope that I don't have to stretch this and stress out the piece, but maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do. No, I can't even stretch it that far. This is a struggle. Yeah, I'm not liking this tree too much. How'd they fit that on? How did they possibly fit that on? I'd imagine it was something like this, but anytime I try to connect it, it just doesn't work right. This is not fun. Huh. Okay. I might just... I don't know how I put it back, though. Like... Maybe it wasn't connected? If... you know, I could probably just do that. Spend all that time fussing over basically nothing, so... Not too great. Maybe throw that down there to kind of look like the layer below. Of course, this is from a set, so I didn't make this tree myself, but I feel like it's a really cool looking tree, so that's kind of why I used it here. Might even throw in another one of these white tree tiles. Make it look a little bit more interesting, if at all possible. Yeah, I do like that. So we're going to throw that in about the middle there. And I might try to add something else in. I'm not sure, though. This is looking pretty decent for now. I'm going to place back a couple of my parts, make sure this isn't a mess, even though it kind of is. Now, I'm trying to figure out what I could do back there to make it more interesting, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe I should just worry about minifig positioning and stuff like that for now. Could have the Jeep there. No, I'm adding something. It's kind of pissing me off that I can't figure out what's wrong here, but nothing new in the chat. You know, I'm going to add a dark tan building over here. So that's probably my best bet for right now. Just gotta add that in. So just give me a second. I'm gonna add just filler plates. Of course, the back isn't gonna look as great, but that's not the goal here. The goal is to have a convincing front impression of the Battle of the Bulge. So I think I'm doing a decent job at that, if I don't say so myself. Now, of course, this building is going to be covered, but at least it won't be as boring as it would have been. So I'm just trying to make it more interesting, basically. Anything new in chat? Nope, nothing. I'm still hopeful I can get another surge or something in here, but if not, then that is perfectly fine. There's not much I can do about it, no matter what. Do I have any of those parts still in there? That's kind of a shame if I can't find that. 1 second. So anybody who's still watching, I'm going to end this in about 20 minutes. Now, this isn't going to be the great pre-record for this, but yeah, we're doing all right on time right now. I think it's looking decent. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really stepped back and looked at it, but after I place that in, that's basically it. And I feel like that does add some more depth, make it look more unique. I could even add in like some of these plates on top to make it look like it's more dilapidated, something like that, because that does look good. I am very happy with that. Again, I'm just trying to find parts to make this look more interesting. Yeah, that looks pretty good. If I just place that there, do something like that. Now, if I go back, yeah, I do like that. Nothing new in the chat. 3 viewers, though, so that's the first in a while. First time I've had a lot over some amount of viewers. I can't really get that into mind right now what amount it was, but first time in a while, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm gonna find another part, place it in here if I can find it. Big if. And I did. So, grab out a couple more parts. This is actually turning out very well. I'm very happy with this for right now. And for what it is, it's a very good mock. I'm actually very happy with this. After I add in all the soldiers and stuff like that. I mean, you can just see right there, I'm very happy with this. Even if I didn't get too many views on this one, I am so happy. Yes, that is good. That's good. And it does create like a full facade here, so happy with that. I might add in some light gray accents in here. I might take this to the full hour with just the details I'm going to be adding in. But that's no problem. I got plenty of time today. I'm going to grab out a couple of these masonry bricks to just get ready for this. Now, this is probably one of my better mocks I've built in the past little while. So, I'm very happy with it so far. Nothing new in chat. Just thought I saw something, but must be my eyes deceiving me. There it is. Now, I was thinking about adding like a floor or something, but I didn't think that would look as good as if I just kind of finished it off, made it look a little bit more clean. So I didn't, but I still think it does look pretty good. And you know what I might just do instead here? I might add something like that, and then maybe add something over No, I am just kind of going crazy with this one right here. I'm actually very happy with this, as I've said many times. I just can't get over how good this is for something I've made. I'm very happy. But I do something like that adds even more depth. And yeah, it's just about it for this one. I could add in the tree, but I'm not sure. I might try to add some more details around this. Maybe add some sandbags somewhere on top of this, maybe. Ooh, that would look good, but I feel like it would kind of blend in with the wall too much. You want to add contrasts to your mocks. You don't want to make it kind of blend in. You want to make it pop. So I don't think I'm going to add that there. I could try it. You know what? I'm going to try it. Shouldn't judge it before I've actually tried and seen what it looks like. If I can even find a part to do that. Now, I am very happy with this curved wall. I think I saw it from Lucas Schletting or something, but it was a very cool technique. I did love to see it being used. And it was on the WSQK radio station from Stranger Things. So it was a very unique use of it, and I think he kind of mastered that technique on that. So tried to replicate it here. Of course, I think it looks incredible. So shout out to him. It's kind of what gave me the idea for this one. Again, if you want to know some of the techniques I use and who inspired me to do them, I will be very happy to share them. Now, one of the things I am kind of wondering what I should do here is if I should just kind of forget about the tree. These have kind of fixed that problem, which I think I'm going to do that. And I am very happy with this right now. So I might try to figure out something else to add in there. If I can find something. I am kind of speaking aloud right now. I don't know what else I could do. I just did something. Ouchies. I might try to find a sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, some sort of like curve plate, because it's just a little bit better for whatever I'm building here. If I can just place it in there, then that would probably look alright. Yeah, I'm happy with this right now. I could try to add it in here. I might try to add a chimney too. Before I forget about that, I should probably do that. So just give me a second here. Chimney. Yeah, parts for chimney. Nope. Not particularly. Maybe something like that for a chimney. Of course, it's not the fanciest chimney, but it doesn't need to be. Yeah, I like that. I feel like it looks pretty decent. Maybe even remove the chimney. I'm kind of just taking this thing back steps after I already do them. But I'm happy with that for now. I'm happy with this mock. I feel like if I put anything else into this, it'll kind of ruin it. Maybe I could put a couple dead plants in. I can't really tell what's going on with my stream because my device just died. Other device, obviously. I do have these specific parts that I think look very good compared to some of the other ones I have. So I'll be placing those in a second if I can find the parts. There they are. So one viewer right now, I'm pretty sure that was me. I'm pretty sure that's going to go away in a second though. So I'll be left by myself for the end of this. I'm not too mad with this for today. It's not too shabby. Maybe add one of the brown ones over there. And that kind of creates a simple sort of contrast there. Can add that in there, but I'm pretty sure that would kind of overcomplicate it too much. So I can add these troops kind of just walking around the town. There's not going to be any fighting going on. Just kind of chilling out, enjoying the snowy weather, I guess. And maybe he'll actually be talking to him right in front of the building. So again, I'm very happy with this one. We are at 50 minutes, so I might end it very soon. Thank everybody who joined at the beginning. And thank you to World War II Brick Productions for joining near the end. But we are doing very well. And I am very happy with this stream. 7 likes is nothing to be sad about. Again, we are at 0 viewers, as I predicted. But this was very successful. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I could add the sandbags. I'm not sure. Should I? Nobody's going to be counting. I don't know why I said should I. I'm not sure if I will. I'm not sure. I might do that afterwards, but that's basically it for now. I'm going to clean off my area. Might show you a little bit sneak peek of my stop motion that's going to be happening. One of the scenes I'll be doing, but I might actually post that after. I'm not entirely sure. I did get a whole bunch of foliage pieces at my local Lego shop, so that's kind of how I got some of these parts. Again, I'm just trying to clean up for right now because this thing is done. Put that in the center so that everybody can see it. Nothing new in chat. But very successful stream. Very happy with the results. Of course, this was one of my less reviewed streams, just near the end, but most of mine are like this. But I'm very happy with it, and I do like how it turned out. I feel like it's a little bit plain, so I might add some details around this later. But it's pretty good. So I think that's it for the stream. I'll see you guys later, or see you in the next video, and goodbye.